So, today's class was going to be one of the mythology stories, but recent events have led to what seems to be a very large misunderstanding of oaths and how they work. So, today's class is going to be more towards that than anything else. First, I would like to point out that nobody among us has the right to tell us that they can absolve us of an oath that we have made before the gods. It is not their place. Second, I would like to talk about the importance of an oath and why we make them. It's not just a promise. It's not just us giving our word that we'll be there for a friend. An oath is much more than that. And then lastly, I want to discuss why we don't break oaths. What breaking an oath means. So on the subject of the first one, there was a recent event on TikTok. 2 days ago, Connor the Broken, the chieftain of the New York clan, the Raven clan, made an oath to Odin that he would not post on TikTok any videos during that 9 days and 9 nights in honor of the sacrifice Odin made unto himself. Please forgive the birds, they are being loud as fuck. He made that oath. No one else asked him, made him, forced him to make that oath. He made that oath. He did not make that oath for the banner. He did not make that oath for his clan. He made that oath for himself to Odin. And that is Connor's oath. That is what he is going to do. The very next day, there was an incident on TikTok where a member of an unassociated faction chose to leave TikTok because she was receiving death threats. The law speaker who spoke out and garnished sort of a treaty. He put forth that between Connor and Captain Loving, neither would speak of each other on TikTok, and Loving would not speak against the bannermen of the Raven's banner. This law speaker, who was unaffiliated with the Raven's banner, did so to try and promote a positive environment within Norse Talk on TikTok. He is not wrong for trying to do that. And what he did was very helpful. Immediately following, there was another incident. This incident involved an individual that we know as Zombie. And Zombie, who time and time again has tried to call out people on his own shitty behavior, the own things that he would do to people. And this was brought to the attention of said law speaker. And the law speaker approached this and explained how within the practices of Norse heathenry, he had removed his own titles by dishonoring himself in 3 separate occasions. In so doing, he had removed himself as elder, he had removed himself as teacher, and left with him the title of cowardly undead. The very next day, he is accosted with people challenging his claims. Which, fine, yes, we all understand that that's something that would happen. Shortly thereafter, during this whole event with Zombie, is when the individual stepped forward that said they were receiving death threats. The law speaker called upon the Ravens Banner leadership. Oh, beat your ass. Excuse me, the birds are being loud. Called upon the Ravens Banner's leadership. A few of the members of the Banner followed the 9-day oath. This law speaker asked them to break their oath so that they may comment on what he is bringing forth. There are plenty of us within the Banner who did not take the oath at that time. Or the oath that we did take does not affect us being able to post on TikTok. He then claimed to absolve all parties of their oaths to the gods, saying that they must respond to his request. I did not agree with this. The Banner had already put into place an idea of how we were going to handle the situation without having anybody break their oaths, and it was taken care of. But there have been a lot, and I mean a lot, of people who, without understanding exactly what an oath is, without understanding what is being asked of an individual to forsake their oath. 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh, you go into your fucking... No. Then shut up. Sorry about that. Asking one to break an oath means more than just saying, just stop for now. Because it's not what it is. An oath given to the gods is sacred. You're putting forth more than just your relationship with the gods into this. You are asking someone to forsake their gods. And the oath that they made to the gods for the mere contentment of man. Don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted. The gods do not care about the affairs of man in that manner. If you were to make an oath to Odin, and all of a sudden something goes wrong, and you have to stop your oath to Odin to go and do or take care of this thing, who's to say that that is not Loki tricking you? You can't. If you make an oath to the gods, that is what you honor. The law speaker, oath, it doesn't matter who says you need to stop. It is not that simple. The second part I wanted to talk about which is the oaths and why we take them. When we take an oath, we take an oath so that we can align ourselves better. When I said earlier that it was sacred, I mean that it is sacred. It is a sacred act. This is a practice. When you make an oath to the gods, you are aligning yourself to allow yourself to feel what the gods want from you. When you make an oath to a man, you are giving him everything. Because the second you break that oath is the second you are shattered. When we make oaths to loved ones, we are saying that we are putting them above all else. We are prioritizing them first, no matter what. Soldiers take an oath upon enlistment that no matter what happens in front of them, they are going to continue to move forward and fight the enemies of their country, outside and within. We look at oaths in a general term, and that's not how it should be looked at. We look at oaths as a promise, and it's not a promise, because you can break a promise and apologize for it. The last part I wanted to touch on, and I know this is going to be a touchy subject for a few of you. The last one I wanted to talk on is when you break an oath. When you break an oath, like I said earlier, you are forsaking the gods, you are forsaking your kindred, you are forsaking your loved ones. You have outright made the decision that you, as a person, are greater than all. Breaking your oath bars you from the halls of Valhalla. Just the same as having your beard stripped from you in death. Just the same as being buried in a Christian manner. It strips us of Valhalla. And the only way an oath breaker can see that again is to do something and sacrifice in a way such as the Blood Eagle. Something that is so painful and excruciating, and that in order to come through it on the other side, you must not scream out in pain. You must keep your composure as it's being done, and it is a gruesome act. Trust me, the Vikings do not do it justice on the show. It is far more gruesome than what they let on. So what I want to leave everybody with right now is the understanding that asking someone to step away from their oath and then saying that because they didn't is wrong is problematic and toxic. That is the kind of evil that, though minute and you don't think about it, is enough to cause just enough dissent within someone to walk away from something that is truly good for them, for something that they are learning, for something that is bringing them closer to this. By doing this, by sitting there and saying that you would have broke your oath in order to do or answer the call that was made, says that you are judging, says that you are gatekeeping just like everyone else. And that is what we stand against. I want everybody to walk away from this understanding that an oath taken is very sacred and it means something. And when you put that out on a public forum, when you go outside of just between you and the gods to say this oath, that other people know about this oath, that it is not just a simple matter of saying you're right, I should put this down because something is far more important. Because when you take an oath, you are saying that is the most important thing. And that is where your focus is. This is why we do not take oaths half-heartedly. We do not take oaths that we do not fully understand. When you take an oath, you have to prioritize it as the top thing in everything you do until it is completed. And I hope today that anybody who has seen this and is watching this, and those who will watch this later on, take that to heart and learn from that. And understand that those of us who have taken oaths of any kind have made a major sacrifice during the time of that oath. With that, I will end the recording, and then anybody who wants to ask me questions is free to ask me questions.